What is up, my friends? My name is Ekotrumi, and I'm back with episode 21 of the Spring Trap. And as you guys can see, I have a different co-host today. Lady B, who is my partner in What's Clashing, is here tonight in place of Cleric Dragoon because the poor man had to work again. So I got Lady B here with me, and we have Clash Champs up above as well. Agester is what we're going to be calling him for the night, and he's faceless as of right now, guys. But thank you all for coming down. Thank you, Azrael, for that donation early on in the stream, and Badman as well. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you all. It's just been great. Lady B, what's going on?
Oh, not much. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm excited. We have a dragon in the chat today, so this is pretty exciting.
Wait, is
it a dragon?
I'm Rexy the dinosaur.
It just with Clash of Clans, I think it's dragon.
It's true. I could be like the baby dragon. I look like, a little bit like the baby dragon. It's true.
You could be. So what's going on, man? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, what is Clash Champs, before we get into all the questions that came through from everyone on Discord and Twitter.
All right. First, I'll explain why I'm wearing this dinosaur outfit. My kid's teacher wanted a secret reader today, so I surprised the whole classroom as a Rexy the dinosaur, and I read him a book and everything. And ever since I put it on, I couldn't take it off. So here I am. The sucker's comfortable and hot, but in Georgia, I'm starting to feel the heat a little bit over here. But I guess I'll tell you a little bit about Clash Champs. I'm gonna break this down.
I'll tell you, that dinosaur looked good though, man. It was
yeah. Should I put it back on? Maybe if we do a dance off, I'll put it back on. It's like show me my dragon dance move. Yeah.
Subbed in, man.
That shirt is awesome.
You like it? Yeah, my name's
I
actually
love
Luke.
that shirt.
Yeah. This is epic fail. What's up? Okay, so I'll tell you about Clash Champ. So
yes.
So when I got started doing it, I was just collecting stats for my clan. I wanted to see who the best was, and that's where it all started. I'm a coder. So I started extracting information from the Clash Clans API and data crunching and using the data to see who had the best offenses, the best defenses. And I would kind of hit up my clan and say, hey, you need to change your base, or you can work on your offense. And we started getting better and better and better at it. And a friend clan of ours suggested that we should, have a tournament to see over a period of time of how good everybody could do. Mm-hmm. So I started coding. I was like, I'll just code this. I can code a tournament. And I started coding it, and nobody wanted to leave their clan to come to ours. So I was like, I'll just code it so that you guys can stay there and we can stay. And I did it. And we did a 2-week tournament. Everybody loved it. And it was addicting. And I was like, I really got to bring this to the main stage. So I sat down and I coded it for 3 months at night and until it was ready to go live. And then, then I brought it to where it's at. But Clash Champs, so the awesome thing about it is that you don't ever have to leave your clan. You can compete in this tournament while you're doing all your other leagues, while any other kind of competitions you're doing. You can stay in your own clan, and that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be easy to use. So you don't literally with Clash Champs, you just make an account, find a tournament you like, sign up, and it collects all your stats automatically and scores you.
So that's nice and easy. So basically, whatever wars you have going on, it's collecting stats from those wars, and it's a stat game, kind of like fantasy football in a way, kind of, right?
Exactly.
I like that. That's cool.
Does it involve any drafting or anything like that?
Not any drafting. I'm a big fantasy football fan, so I've thought about different ways to kind of bring that in. But and it's funny too. When I actually got started, I wasn't involved in leagues. There were a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't realize the Discord community was so huge.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had my one little clan, my Discord with 25 people in it, and that was it. We barely even ventured out. And I actually got lucky that right when I started to create right when I started creating Clash Champs, Zag Geek had come over. We went in a competition against her clan. She stopped over, and I just got to know her for just a little bit. So I started writing up Clash Champs, and I told her about it, and she helped me kind of spread the word to everybody. But it's kind of weird how everything kind of fell in place at the same time. And she introduced me to a bunch of communities and, stuff like that. But, the leagues I had no idea about. And, I was just, a little guy as far as the, Clash of Clans, goes. But anyways.
That's cool stuff, though. And in the description below, guys, I threw Clash Champs Twitter, But maybe I should put the link to Clash Champs itself. Like that's a website that people can get themselves on, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so why don't you send me that on Discord, and I'll add it to the description so I could kind of send people down there to that as well, in addition to your Twitter. So remember, guys, this show, it runs as such. We have a bunch of questions that have been submitted from Discord and Twitter. I'm going to get to those questions, and I'm going to be taking your questions from the chat as well. So if you have any questions at any point in the show, I'm going to probably be taking them as they come tonight. So if you have questions, guys, be sure to type them in, and don't worry, we're not forgetting them, because if I don't get to it right away, I'm probably copy pasting it somewhere so we can get to it later on in the show. So make sure you send those questions in. And thanks, Azrael. But we are not dancing tonight. Lady B sprained her ankle, so she's going to be, she can't compete. So,
poor ankle.
Yeah,
Ouch.
poor ankle. We do feel bad for her. So we're going to have to do that another night, I guess. What's up, Scott Davis? Scott Davis, that's actually Cleric Dragoon, for those of you guys that didn't know.
So Scott.
June.
What's up, Pickles? So let's get to our first question that came through over on Discord. And it's actually not the first one, but it's the one that I'll get to first. And it's from Blahardy saying, being the founder of Clash Champs, how do you feel? And did you achieve what you aimed to achieve?
I think I actually really overachieved. There were a couple moments where I felt like giving up. And, but I had come, so far, but there was a lot of things fell into place at the perfect time when they did. And when I released Clash Champs, probably the biggest challenge that I had was was trusting people, all this work that I put in, and people that wanted to be part of the community and help spread it and be part of the staff. And just letting people take over parts that all this work I put into it, they could easily ruin it, or, people that because a lot of the people you meet, almost everybody you meet on Discord, you don't really know them. So you don't know whether you can trust them. So I'm building a community on a Discord and also on a website and giving access to a lot of people with just kind of blind trust.
Right.
But I've been lucky that, that my staff that I have working for me, that they're awesome. They go day and night, and they're always coming up with great ideas, and we're always improving. They're extremely friendly. That I've been very fortunate that I have so many people working for me. So I feel like we've definitely overachieved everything that I dreamt of, and it's become way bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was just going to be a small little tournament, people can have fun, and it's kind of keeps blowing up, and we keep adding more things to it, where it's getting bigger and bigger.
Now, what's the next step for it? I mean, is it where you want it to be, and this is where you guys are going to settle and continue, or do you have vision for another level, another step?
I would say my latest vision is that the cool thing is that, back to the roots of Clash Champs, of taking stats and finding out who the best players are. Over the last, let's say it's 7-8 months that Clash Champs has been around, I've been able to collect data on all these remarkable players, and we've actually done these kind of professional invites to all the top players that have competed, and which is about close to 1,500, 2,000 players that have competed on Clash Champs. Mm-hmm. And we've sent them personal invites, and so we've actually been building a team called Champs Elite, where we're going to compete against on main stages against some of the best. And we had our war last week against one of the Reddit clans, and nice. We did really, really well and won that. So we're off to a great start. So that's one of the steps, and I would love if, Clash Champs at some level became almost like an esports platform where teams can use a lot of our algorithms to really find out who the best players are, in a sense. That no matter what kind of competitions they're in, they can use Clash Champs as a standard platform going forth.
Well said. I think you answered the question well. Good job.
Appreciate it.
We got Twig right there asking a question. So, seeing that the Discord community is as big as it has, that helped me clash better. I don't really know what that's saying, but I will say, do you think that having Discord enhances us as clashers, guys? That could be for either of you guys to answer, or both.
Go ahead, lady.
Absolutely. I think it helps us stay a little bit more social within the game. From a war community standpoint, we use Discord constantly for keeping up with plans. We create separate rooms in some of our servers for specific plans to keep them more organized. Plus, we have the chat capability, so we can talk during attacks as well and have spotters. And then from a streamer standpoint, I mean, Discord keeps us linked to our subscribers and followers and our community to help relay the information of what we're doing and just keep it social and keep it a fun place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. You have anything to add?
Yeah, I like I said before, I had no idea that Discord was as huge as it is, and and all the people that compete constantly, through Clash Champs on the site or on our Discord, live it up, and I think I'm connected to probably like 50 different communities, and it's just huge. And even with the family circle, which I'm part of as well, that's blowing up as well, and it's just I honestly had no idea how big it was.
Yeah, it's big and growing fast, I think. I mean, I've heard of it for a while. I never really knew what it was, and then you join up and you realize that it's like this endless community of gamers, which is sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
We got Goon in the chat asking a question for all. If you had a theme song that would play every time you entered a building, what would it be? And would there be copyright strikes?
Oh, I got this. It's my new favorite song. It's called I'm the Man from the Killers. Oh, God. I'm like, when you fall in love with a song and you hear it over and over, and it's almost like a poison. It's so addicting, and, everybody else around you is annoyed by it. That's it for me right now. I'm the man. You heard it? You got to hear it.
You may have to sing it for me to hear it. You can't play it, but you can sing it.
No, I can't do it.
Okay.
Oh, the only thing I'll get goes. Hold on. Go ahead, lady. You answer. I'm going to think how it goes. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. No. Echo has to answer next.
I mean, mine is my theme song.
I have to think.
I don't even know the name of it, but I have that theme song in the beginning of every video. It sings my name. I mean, they made that for me, so.
Oh, I do like that song, actually.
Thank you.
My kids actually dance to it.
That's cool. Thank you. I don't know what it's called, though. I'd have to look it up. But that one would be mine, and that's why it is mine. Now, Lady B, it's on you.
That's tough. I have I have songs that I'll always want to start off with. A lot of times when I start my streams, I start it off based on my mood. So the song that you hear playing is usually sets the tone of my mood for the day. It's a little.
So we could tell how you're doing by the song that's playing.
Typically, yeah. Purple Lamborghini. No, that belongs to Clipsy. The one that I've been putting on a lot though recently is probably I'd have to go with No Roots. Who is that even by?
I don't know.
I'm the Tiger. No.
I the Tiger. Who doesn't like some Rocky songs?
Is that Black Keys?
I like No Roots? No. Hold on, it's a new song. Let me see. I have it. Hold on. Alice Merton. Merton. Something have to do with my New York accent.
Oh, I think I got the lyrics. I think it's, I got gas in the tank, I got money in the bank, I got news for you, baby. I'm the man.
Oh, I do know that song. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think you sounded just like it.
I know. Identical. Honestly, you should put some music behind it. It'd be perfect.
Well done.
But when
Ghostface.
Yeah, when I walk into a room, that's just playing in my head.
All right, we got Ghostface throwing a donation, so thank you very much for that, brother.
That was for my singing. I should get part of that.
His question: I'm a Town Hall 11, but need to learn how to become a better player, base builder, and how to set up good troops or set up good attack or raids. So, what kind of suggestions do we have for someone that's a new Town Hall 11? I mean, he's basically asking everything about being a Town Hall 11, how to do well. So I'll start off by giving one tip, and that is to make sure your farming game is on and get up those essential troops and their heroes as quickly as you can, so you got those solid attacks. That'll be my first goal. It's exactly what I try and do. What do you guys have? What about maybe a base building tip?
Oh, I don't know if I can talk about 11.
It's really the same for every Town Hall level, though. Like, it's not, some essential things,
Get your heroes going.
I said that. You just stole that.
Well, it's the same. Get your heroes going. That's the key.
Oh, I have a good one, guys. What about get your heroes upgraded?
That's a good one too.
Do your walls last.
Yes, that is true. Do your walls last?
They're terrible. So do your walls last.
I think I put them off on every level all the way up. I would say for 11s. I mean, 11s honestly it's just like a 10. The only difference is you got the Grand Warden, and that's honestly really the main difference between the two.
Get his ability.
I wouldn't be afraid of it, honestly. It's really just like a 10.
Yeah, but you have to get his ability up. You want to have that Grand Warden's ability, that invincibility.
Exactly. I'd work it up to a 10 really before you start really attacking like upper 11s.
I agree. A little bit of hype right there for late Seeper. For
It's
I bless
wrong.
the rains down in Africa.
It's wrong. Those aren't the lyrics. They all know it.
I don't know it.
Apparently, I don't know the lyrics to Toto's Africa.
And Scott Davis is asking Agester, where do you see Clash Champs in a year?
In a year?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Ruling the internet?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think with Town Hall 12 coming out, I know a lot of things are going to change, but the latest changes with Clash Champs, which was released last week, was that I made it so that players and leagues no longer have to sign up. So all the leagues are going to start showing up on Clash Champs, where you can literally go on and see all the leagues, every player that's on there, and see how they compete. I think that was a huge addition that's been added to Clash Champs. So I see the leagues continually improving and expanding. Stats, keep getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I'd like to add, coming soon, is that that players themselves, when they create an account, they will have access straight to their clan of stats that see how they compete against every level. If you're having difficulty attacking 10s, it shows your averages and every kind of little detail of stats to it. Then these are things that I had from my own personal clan that I'm slowly just putting into Clash Champs. But I just see it getting better and better. Most of all the bugs that were introduced in the beginning have all been tweaked out, and things are just really running smooth. And I hope to continue that trend.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it. Now, a question just popped in my head, being that you're a stat guy, and we had the update to Town Hall 10, the Inferno nerf that we all talked about so much. Did you see crazy changes in stats during that update, or was it kind of not noticeable?
So probably, it's funny, before they made that update, I released a stat on the Twitter on Clash Champs, and it showed what the difficulty of trends going all the way up, of what your star average is. And as you went all the way up to 11, it was obvious that how difficult it was. And so that's why everybody held back at 9s, and they didn't like being at 10s. So, everyone knew the reputation of when those infernos were reduced, or when you hit that level. And literally, it was probably a week before they released that update, I released a stat showing the difficulty of it. So I've been waiting until probably a good few months before I look at those stats again to see how much that trend actually changed. So I haven't seen it yet, but I am really curious. I've been waiting because I want to get a lot of data in first before I really see what that trend is, to see how much it actually changed, to see how difficult 11s are now over 10s.
Cool. All right. I have more questions. I'm going to actually get away from the chat questions for a minute and get back to the ones that we had from Discord. And this one's from Dawn Keyballs. And they ask, as the creator of Clash Champs, did your wife find it strange that you had custom love letters printed out for some of the winners of Champ 1?
That's hilarious. So Don is my boy. He's been with me from Clash Champs from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. He was from my original clan, so he was there seeing that built all the way up and helping me testing and stuff like that. But actually, no, she was not surprised at all. So a business that I had on the side for quite a while was that I owned a business called cardsandgiftcards.com. Mm-hmm. And it was because you could never go anywhere on the internet and get a greeting card and a gift card. And I would custom make envelopes, wax seal it, the whole 9 yards, and it was just awesome. So when the kids came, that all died down, and I put it on pause for a little while. But I had all the materials, I knew how to do it at a very professional level. So it didn't cost me a lot. I already knew how to do it. So no, she wasn't surprised at all. She thought it was a great idea.
That's funny. Is that business still going on, or is it completely gone now that you have the kids?
It's paused. We want to resume it, when we get a little bit more time, but you know how the time thing goes.
It's a good idea. Custom things like that are doing big things these days. All right, so we got one from Balahardi. What's the first thing you'll do when you become the CEO of Supercell? That's for you too, Lady B. I want to hear what you want to do.
Oh my.
And I'll tell you what I want to do.
Oh, I'm not going first.
Shall I go?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first. You've had time to think about this.
That's true.
if I were the CEO of Supercell, I'd like to bring a battle royale game to Supercell. I'd like to invest in a game that's this new genre and bring it in to kind of back up Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and that stuff. Not Brawl Stars. I don't want to bring Brawl Stars. I want to bring something battle royale. It's kind of hot right now, and I'm not talking like Wizards and Barbarians battle royale, like a whole new game, but something that's just fresh. That's what I'd like to see. I'd get on that train in a second. Now it's your guys' turn.
You're up, lady.
Oh no.
She loves being put on the spot, by the way. I've learned that.
Being put on the spot. If I were the CEO of Supercell, I think you brought a good point. I never would have actually. I don't think I would have come up with that, but I do like that. See, I'd be a terrible CEO of Supercell. I'd hire Echo.
Yes, that is a great idea.
My job if I think that's what I'm going to have to go with. Yeah, I mean, I can't even say something like, I'd love to see, if I were the CEO, I'd invest more into Clash of Clans, because I know that, there needs to be, I like that what they're doing with it. I'd probably keep kind of going on a trend with trying to keep it alive and keep it going. But yeah, they need to, I would probably try and find ways to invest in new games and keep the trends going. But I will say Clash of Clans has been the leader of showing how successful mobile gaming can be. And that's why it's paved the way for Fortnite and PUBG to go that direction and go mobile. So I think it's time for, Supercell to go that direction. So yes, I would hire, if I were CEO, I'd hire Echo to come up with those awesome ideas.
Thank you. I appreciate
and then sit back
support.
and earn my money.
How about you, Aster?
All right, since I'm last, I would hire both of you to be my wingmans and wingwoman. And no, but so for honestly years, in the beginning of Clash of Clans, I was nonstop submitting things on the forums about a ton of ideas. And honestly, a ton of them came true. Like even like I called it like the smart barracks. You remember before where you had to go through all the barracks and queue up each one, and before it came to like one main screen, things like that. But if I was a CEO of one day, speaking about just Clash of Clans, I would probably honestly start on Clash of Clans 2, and with a lot of the latest technologies and a lot of the latest graphics, and I'd probably hire another, or I'd probably increase the size twofolds of their developer team, and because a lot of updates or things that I see that could speed up things, I would put them on it, and you really get back from the community of things that everybody really wants, and make the process on updates a little bit faster. But as far as Clash of Clans go, I mean, right now, if I could make a change, I would say on the builder base, make it so that you have a new troop is released from the builder base, and everyone will start focusing on the builder base, and it'll really bring the two together. So if you release a new troop by exploring on the builder base, release a new troop on the main base, really tying those together. That's I think that'll be a huge thing to the game.
Scott Davis, aka Cleric Dragoon, is again asking another question. I guess he wants everyone to remember that he's still here, even though he's not hosting the show.
Who's Scott?
If you could star in a movie of your choice, but for the guys it has to be a drama, and for Lady B it has to be action, what movie would it be?
It would definitely be a superhero movie. Yeah. I totally do like an X-Men movie.
I like dramas. I'm trying to think. You know which one I'd want to be in? I'd want to be... What's that one about the dog? There was that drama about the dog.
Was it the one with the Dogs with the Lies, where he changed? He was reincarnated?
I don't think that was the one. I don't know.
How far back were we talking?
I don't know. 10 years ago.
Turner and
Hooch? About that yellow lab dog.
Oh, Marley?
Yes, Marley. Yeah,
I never watched that. I never read it. I didn't want to. Mr. Beast's Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movie was sad, but I'd like to be in that one because it had a cute dog.
I did like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's actually probably one of my favorite Marvel movies. So I think he's right.
That's a good question, because I'm kind of stomped out. I'm just thinking action heroes.
I know, right?
Oh man, maybe Maybe Patrick Swayze from Ghost, right? That's mine.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic. Dirty Dancing is another classic that you could have gone with and would have been
Exactly.
okay. Junior's saying, what's the stronger army to use in war, Falcon or Lava Loon? I think Lava Loon is works more across a variety of Town Hall levels, but Falcon is pretty darn dominant at Town Hall 9, and it's doing crazy stuff at Town Hall 10.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think Falcon is probably the strongest one right now because we've been seeing 9v10s with Falcon. It's doing 9v9, 9v10, and 10v10.
See, I forgot to tell you before the show that as my co-host, you're supposed to agree with everything that I say.
I agree with what Echo just said.
Oh, I have that same glass as you. That's so cool. I have that. Yes.
One of the white elephant Christmas things.
I don't know. My sister got it for me. A mason jar and a.
Yeah, I love
hate wine glasses. They're too femme for me.
Exactly.
That's so funny. I'm kidding, Lady B. You can have your own opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely. I think Falcon, as much as I don't want to admit it, I've seen some great stuff, and I'm actually going to learn Falcon this weekend.
Falcon's beast, but we haven't. I mean, I personally haven't seen 11v11 Falcons. I don't think I've even seen one. Maybe one, but I don't think so. Lava Loon, that's working at Town Hall 11. Well, that's my only argument. Agester, do you have anything to add about this argument, or are you just gonna?
No.
I
mean, I don't know. It's. I don't know. I feel like the last nerf on the. I used to be a huge air guy, but I felt the last. They brought back the loons and everything, and then it was a little bit OP, and then I felt they killed it just a little bit too much because I was enjoying those 3 stars, but I don't know. I'm still a huge Lava Loon fan.
Spoopy's
in there. She's a goofball. If you met a girl and she was asking you those questions, you wife her up, man. That'll be good girl right there. Yeah, and Red is right. The Falcon can't recover if you don't know how to funnel properly. If your funnel goes bad, Falcon usually won't pull it in. Where Loon, they're both great attacks. I mean, I don't know. I'm moving on. If you could come back in your next life as a non-human animal, what would it be and why? Should we just change it to like a creature of sorts? Like
a non-human animal.
Like a non-human animal. So that would be really anything besides a human, the way the question is asked. But we could we could even talk about fictional things as well.
All right, I'll be Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, huh?
I'm so indecisive, like in answers. I'm sorry. One of my dogs. They treated so well.
Your guys' answers are so.
They're only gonna live for like 15 years.
Oh my god. That's true, but you don't understand how good my dogs have it. I'd come back as one of my dogs, or I would be one of my dogs.
Okay, would you be the owner though?
Hopefully. Hopefully, I'd be the dog and the owner because they get treated so well.
That's funny. I'd be completely different from you guys. I'd be something completely fictional, and I'd like to be a vampire because they live forever, don't they? I'm not a big vampire guy.
But you can't be eating like good stuff like we eat. You have to drink blood and all that stuff and get stabbed in the heart once in a while.
But I mean, I don't know. They seem cool. They don't seem to be affected by not sleeping, and I don't sleep much, and I'm always tired. So it'd be kind of cool to not be tired and not sleep, and to be really strong.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. You get what, 3 or 4 hours a night? I used to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I get about 4 hours a night. I'm trying to get more lately, but it's hard because I also am trying to do PUBG daily as well as Clash of Clans daily, and I'm telling you, it is nearly impossible. And work full time and have a family and all that. Definitely this week I started feeling it and kind of like hurting. So yeah, it's hard.
I think you need to hire a little bit of staff.
I need someone to do thumbnails for me every day, Clashing Duke, if he's here, which I don't think he is.
Hey, I got some good artists for you too. If you need to delegate.
But I mean, I like making my thumbnails and stuff. I do. Yeah. But it's just, you pop out a bunch of videos in a day. That's a lot more work to do with those thumbnails as well.
Right.
All right. I'm not prepared with another question, so allow me to try. Question for Agester. What?
Wait, I have a question for
There's
H.
Duke. He heard me. Look at that. See, I called Duke is there. The man should be there for me. This is my
like
boy
Batman.
right there. He's like Batman, yeah.
So H. I don't know how many people know, but Class Champs has done some charity work. Is that correct?
Say that again. Sorry.
Done some charity work.
That's right.
So I don't know how many people actually know that, but I thought it was really cool, the charity that you've done fundraising for.
Yeah, we did the Ablegamers Charity, and that was something that I don't know. I like to give back, anytime I can, and I thought using this platform as a tool to bring people together and all of us work together for a good cause, especially around the holidays. I thought is something very powerful that we could do, and so we did one for Ablegamers, which that one provides gaming equipment, custom gaming equipment for people who were enabled, disabled, and actually this July, it's funny you say that after our Clash Champs finals, we want to run another one, and I'd love to get with all of you with the Gamers Outreach. You've probably heard of them too. Yep. And that one they do they provide gaming stuff to kids in hospitals. So I thought that'd be another thing we could all get together for. So I'm glad you asked that, because that is something I would love to do. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would definitely keep me posted about that. I would love to participate.
Will do.
Michael White asks us, I would like to participate too, just before I move on. If you could take one normal troop and tweak it and put it into Builder's Base, which troop and would you choose, and what would you do with it?
That's a great question.
For me, I could care less about putting anything into Builder's Base, to be honest.
I know. I have an answer. Oh my God, I have an answer.
What is it? I'm here to support it as your co-host.
I know. I've been doing a lot of Builder Base lately.
Really?
Yeah. Just because it just occupies my time. Especially if I'm farming. So I like the cannon. I like the cannon cart thingy, and I do a lot of work with that. I do like a whole troop composition that I funnel with, and I like it. So that one is my answer.
The question read, if you could take one normal troop and tweak it and put it into the Builder's Base, what would it be?
Gosh darn it.
You are much like Goon. He doesn't listen either to these questions.
I heard it, and I was like, okay, she did that. I'm on the line of spells next.
No, I want the troops from Builder Hall Base to come over to Clash.
So you reversed it, and you can do that. We have the ability to do that here in the show. It's in the rules. It's okay. Yes, the cannon card's great. I use it too.
I like
it is good. I don't like it in Clash Royale though, but I like it in Clash of Clans. It's probably one of my favorite troops. What would I take over there? I would take over. I don't know. Do you have anything, Agester?
I love the game Clash of Clans. It's brought us all where we're at within the community, and I was. Yeah, you do. I don't even want to say it. I really don't want to say it. But I've thought of great things to improve the Builder Base, and really just, like I said earlier, tying together, creating another troop on the other side. I honestly don't know what I could bring from the main base, but I have a ton of ideas. I'm a programmer. My mind goes nonstop on how to improve things all the time. And Supercell's probably I'm surprised I'm not banned from their forums. All the ideas I submitted to them, but I don't know. Supercell, if you ever want to talk to me, I have a ton of ideas on how to improve the Builder Base and really bring it together. But no, I don't really have a good answer to that one.
No, I guess I don't either. But the next question is, do you really play Builder Base? And that one's coming from Rubio.
Yes,
and,
I do.
Yeah, I do like you say, Lady B. I get my attacks in. I get my stars. I get my loot. I try and keep upgrading because I want my Super P.E.K.K.A to be maxed out. That's really my goal.
I use it. I use it for the clan games, and then I also use it in between farming just to kind of occupy my time, because it gets it gets boring when you're farming. That's the one good thing I will say. Now that I've been farming my 10, I find it more useful to have, because then I can go back and forth instead of just closing the game, waiting, and then going back. Because sometimes my heroes lag even if I'm doing a boost, they're just a little further behind, so I'll do some Builder Hall Base.
Okay. I want to just take a second and jump into the chat and say hi to a few people that jumped in. We got Jim M, according to Goat, Spooby's here in the house right now. And also Tom, who's the guy that created and ran my whole Discord server. And Prescott Maddie's here as well. So thank you guys for coming through. Just want to say a little bit of love. But now we're going to move on to a question from Bala.
Wait, I didn't get to answer the question.
You didn't get to answer the question?
I didn't.
Oh, you were silent for a little bit. I thought maybe you were trying. That was a key for me to just kind of move on.
Well, probably, Supercell probably detects whether you ever go to the builder base and touch anything. And it's true. I do go over there and I do touch one thing. I get my gems. And then I go back.
That's true. I do that too.
So I guess I am active.
That's true. The builder base has some cool, fun features. It definitely does. It's just as a whole, it lacks a little something. Yes, that is Duke. Yes, it is. All right, so we got one coming from Bala, and it says, what would you have been doing if you haven't played Clash of Clans and you didn't create Clash Champs? What would you be doing with your life?
I would probably be playing PUBG right now.
Creating something for that.
Probably. It's funny. I was actually looking at the API today, and I would like to start creating multi-tournaments where, you can, let's say, you could play PUBG and Clash Champs or Clash of Clans and Fortnite, and then like a tri-party tournament where you got to do kind of thing, 3 things in once, things like that. So I'm starting to dabble in the PUBG API next.
PUBG Mobile, I assume.
Yeah, they haven't released the API for the mobile, but that's coming. They've already done the PC, so it'll be small tweaks.
Gotcha. Okay, Bradders has a question here. What do you? I don't know who this is. Do you guys know who Bradders is?
I do. Bradders, he's on my staff. He's a extremely knowledgeable person of every level. So honestly, we could probably reverse the question and ask him some stuff.
Well, we could. I don't know if he's here with us right now, but his question is, what do you think of me? Name and shame. What or who has been the biggest obstacle so far? Or the other hand, what or who has been the greatest help in kickstarting the series of tournaments? Choose how you want to answer that. You don't have to answer all of it if you don't want to.
There were a lot of people that, like I said early on, is that were integral into bringing Clash Champs where it's at. It's honestly like all the pieces fell into place. I met all the people at the right time. Bradders was one of the people that introduced me to leagues. Like I wasn't part of leagues, and he's associated with the EWL. When I first started Clash Champs, I was bringing in stats from everybody's wars. And right away, I from the beginning, I said, no friendly wars. And when I did that, that excluded all the leagues. And Bradders is like, what are you doing, dude? You just like excluded 75% of the competitive community. So I removed that, and I was able to create a stat position that actually monitors all the friendly wars to make sure they're competitive when they're coming through our competitions. So Bradders was a huge part helping with the leagues. Lena and Dawn were huge into building the community and getting to know people and being part of the process from the very beginning. Clash with A, he was part of the Discord. He's my Discord manager. He's done an awesome job, has tons of ambition. I got, I don't know, everybody. I could mention a ton of names. You got, Tuck and Titan. They're building the esports community. I just have a ton of people that are just, part of it. And it all kind of fell into place, and everybody had a huge role into building where it's at. And we keep expanding, and we'd love to have more and more people. If you want to be part of Clash Champs, we'd love to have you, and join our Discord.
There you have it. And Jim M has a question that came along with a donation, so a little bit of hype to him. So who should be my second favorite streamer after Echo? My thought is Echo, but who do you think, Lady B, should be his second favorite streamer?
I don't know. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Stephanie Lang.
Not Lady B or anything.
No,
Stephanie Lang.
She's a makeup person, and I love watching her. Yeah. So
That's
that
funny.
one. I
My
made some of
wife
the guys
is
in my stream
huge.
watch her.
My wife is huge into the makeup stuff right now. She just
Really?
watches it nonstop.
It's addictive. It's really like you can watch so much, and then you sit there and you're like, how do you do that? And then you go try yourself, and it's like an absolute disaster. But she's got funny videos where she has her like boyfriend trying to follow her tutorials.
Goon
like,
actually watches that streamer as well.
does he?
He does, and he
Dude.
sends me really weird pictures after he like tries doing this stuff. He's a weird dude. He won't admit it though. He'll deny it.
I gotta see a picture of it. You know he's trying on makeup right now.
I probably could. I should just start throwing them up in the stream. What's your ideas about clan wars and builder base? Would they ever roll out? Amart is asking in the chat. Builder base clan wars? I think it could. I mean, they just brought clan wars to Clash Royale, so it definitely could come to Builders Hall. I feel that if they find that it would be beneficial to the game and that they're getting the numbers that they're expecting out of Builders Hall already, and they could support it with another feature, then I think they could, and they might, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they could. I'm interested. I haven't actually opened up Clash Royale since they did the clan wars. I'm curious to see how that works out. It seems like a very I guess it would be a short format war with Builder Hall base along those lines, because they're very quick matches and no planning needed.
It would probably be, I mean, Clash Royale, we just finished our first war and started our second, and it's confusing. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with the war. Like, jumping into it for the first time and seeing it with fresh eyes, it's not like you see it and you understand everything. Like, there's a lot of moving parts to it, and it's confusing, which is kind of cool because it's an intricate little system, and I like that because it's not just something basic and small and simple. It's, so, and they have a 24-hour war system as well. So I think that it could be something very similar to that. I think it would be more similar to something over in Clash Royale than similar to something that you see over in Clash of Clans, just based on the PvP aspect. Yeah. And Millen is asking about clan to join. In the description below or up in the cards above is a link to a video that talks all about the Circle of Clans and the Family Circle, which is the clan family that I'm part of. And there's all the information if you're looking to join some solid clans. We literally have, I think, maybe 35 clans in there right now. So basically a place for everybody, no matter where you lie. Should I move on to another question, or does someone have anything to say? I would not want to cut anyone off.
Go on.
All right. Duke asked for Agester, are you a code diver looking for the hidden bits of code in games like Fortnite for updates?
Honestly, Clash of Clans was I've been coding for 17, 18 years, maybe 20. Clash of Clans was the first one where, I wish they released the API in the very beginning of the game where I could have jumped in Clash, champs to the very, early on, so, I mean, how many years? We ended up 5 years now, and they released it, a year and a half ago with the API. So the API hasn't been released, really long. So that was actually my first stab at, really, messing with game data. And it was a lot of fun because, I started pulling information, and then I started automating jobs that, just run nonstop. And, I did a lot of that kind of stuff for work, but never in a game. So it was a ton of fun. And so now that I'm looking around, I'm looking at all the APIs, all the other kind of games, and I love coding. It's a huge challenge. It's like playing chess to me, and I dream about it, I think about it. So I'm definitely looking forward to hit up other APIs and even tie all the stuff together, like I was saying before, having multi tournaments on different platforms. So I don't know if there's a hidden gem per se, but it's trying to think outside the box and bring things together. That's more forte.
Gotcha. Goon has a question. Actually, guys, this is our last question that we have. So if you have any more, drop them in the chat right now. We'll make sure we get to them. But Goon's asking for Agester. If Supercell would grant you one thing, what would it be?
One thing?
Yeah. Would it have to do with...
Besides being CEO for a day?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, would it be something that would enhance your Clash Champs thing, or would it be something completely different? Like if you could have one wish from Supercell?
I'd probably do a selfless thing, and I'd probably get with the community and find out what everyone else wanted and go with everyone's majority wish. That's probably what I do. Whatever
That's
that
a good
be.
answer. You can't go wrong with that answer, to be honest. That's a good one. In a world,
what about you, lady? Lady, I gotta know yours.
Oh, what's my one? Can you word it again so I get this right? So I don't, because
Yes.
sometimes when I answer questions and like it's already been answered, I mess up like
It's
what was
okay.
asked.
That's part of the fun. This is a very casual show. We kind of just hang out for an hour. Um, I actually deleted the question from my notepad, but I'll, from my memory, say that he was asking if you can get granted one thing from Supercell. If they can give you one thing, what would it be?
I like Mr. B's answer all their money. But
Yeah.
there's like so many things I've asked for in the game. I would say probably the one thing I would if they could give me is to make to find a way to make Clash of Clans, the main part of it, a competitive, like an esports. That's what I would want. I've always stood by the fact that it feels like an esport to me. It
I
feels like a sport.
love that answer.
So that would be what I would ask for.
I think that I think I remember what's it, Darian had said that it wasn't ready for an esports level, but I totally agree. If they could make it a little bit, um, you know, hook into esports a little bit better, I think it would be awesome. It would elevate. Maybe Clash of Clans too. We'll do that.
Yeah.
I just have to say, a huge moment just happened in my Clash of Clans career. My queen just went to level 50, and I was supposed to make a video on it as she was turning to a level 50, and I missed it.
Woohoo!
But at
All right,
least
do
it
a
was
queen dance. You gotta
at
do a
least
queen
it was
dance.
live on stream, which is pretty darn sweet, guys. So I basically can take down any base now with just my queen. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
With level 50 queen.
You could probably walk a Town Hall 9 by herself.
I possibly could, yeah. I could. Late Sleeper had some singing requests, and so did Jim M for you, Lady B. Question and possible donation from Jim M. I'll make sure that donation goes straight to you, Lady B, if you do this. Will you sing a Beatles song for a $10 donation?
No. I don't sing.
H just sang for nothing.
I know, but I don't sing. Like I have stage fright. I'm like, I sing in the car, I sing in the shower, I sing when Mr. B isn't around.
How do you have stage fright? You're a streamer.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
so
I
funny.
actually used to sing a lot when I was a kid. Like I did performing arts and everything in school. So, but I developed really bad stage fright, and when it comes to singing, it's one of the big problems I have. I get really scared.
I think
I
you
get
should
really
tweak
bad
that
anxiety.
question and say any song.
No. Oh, I need after about 5 tequila shots, then maybe we'll see.
That's awesome.
So if we ever have a hangout, this is what we should do. If we ever have like a Clash hangout, I could just record things that are going on, and we could put together like a montage of the hangout, and the singing can happen in there, and then I could link it to Jim M, and he can get you a $10 donation.
Yeah, maybe then. Maybe then.
If it still
I
stands.
I couldn't guarantee karaoke though.
No. I mean, yeah. I guess me neither. I'm out of questions, guys. Do you have any discussion points that you'd like to bring up? Any more things you'd like to talk about Clash Champs, or things that you'd like to promote about Clash Champs, or any more questions coming from the chat? Maybe, I did miss one from Brian Russell. If you can control one defense on your base and tell it what troop or hero to target, which one and why? That's actually a great question. I'd want to probably personally have control of the strongest defense, which would be, I guess, the Eagle. But everyone's going to go to take down the Eagle first.
Sure.
What do you mean have control of? Like
think of those games like where you're trying to take down the tower and you're like playing as the weapons on the tower and you're shooting at the things coming at you. Like if you can control one of your defenses, and which one would it be? It would have to be the Inferno Tower or the Eagle Artillery if you're Town Hall 11.
I would say walls. If you like watching as a defense, and you got the troops coming in, you see like where they're going to funnel in main area. If you could strengthen your walls at that one moment in time, probably my walls.
I'd want to be my queen on a snipe. I mean, she does a good job. That's tough. Yeah, I guess an eagle would be kind of cool. I'm trying to think what defenses always hold nice and strong that I'm like screaming at when I stream or during attacks. Queen's been pesky lately. I'm gonna go with Queen. That would be fun. She's considered a defense.
I see. I didn't think she was, so I didn't answer as the Queen, but
I think she's considered a defense.
She's a defensive troop. Also, clan castle troops could be an answer that means too, and that would be pretty cool. If you could control where your clan castle troops attacked. That would mean people couldn't lure them effectively, and you could like have a baby dragon go around and just smoke everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd want 4 baby dragons in my clan castle and just send them all in different directions. I changed my answer. That's what I'd do. Yeah. Everyone wants Mr. B to come sing since you're not, and he says, "How nerdy do you think I am?" Lady B, do you have an Instagram or no?
I do, but only a personal one.
Okay, so no. Hey guys, do you think about hero abilities on defense? It's funny because we were just talking about that. A clan member brought it up to me, and I thought it would be cool. Maybe as soon as you get to 25% of their upgrade, you could use their ability automatically.
Wait,
That would be a pretty strong defense, being able to pop your queen's ability.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. Well, that would
That's
be
what
like
you were talking about?
Hero. Yeah, you could pop the ability. You could cloak her, and then like you snipe out people.
If Mr. B sings "Yesterday" on this stream, I will donate $60 and split it three ways. Yesterday, Boyz II Men redid that song too, and I like that song.
Oh, they did, yeah. I'm at Mama B's right now, so that unfortunately cannot happen. Yeah.
Mama B works.
Phone call. Could
No,
work too.
you're not getting Mama B away.
Mama B. Jim M, you just can't spend your money tonight, man. It's just not going to happen. He's trying so hard, too. He's trying so hard. He saw the... Okay, so Millen, about joining the clan, again, we'll talk about that, I guess. If you're in a CWL clan, like you're always redoing your bases, or at least most people do. That's what I was talking about in that video. So if there's many clans that are not CWL or NDL or competitive war clans or AWL that you could join in, or just casual clans as well in the circle that you could join and not have to worry about like consistent base building and stuff like that. So if you're concerned, join one of those. You'll be good. All right, guys. What else? Are we calling it a night?
I know. Got any more questions?
I don't know. That's what I'm waiting for. But I can't have silence. I guess Jim M is a Beatles fan. Do you guys like the Beatles?
I do.
I do, but I'm not like a
Beatles.
diehard fan. But yeah, they're good.
See, I only know the Beatles because of songs that were redone by other people. More from
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. That's shameful.
I'm sorry. I mean, I really don't really care for the Beatles. I know I'm like probably the only person ever, but I don't. I don't know. Sorry.
I'm particular about the Beatles songs that I like. Mr. B is a big Beatles fan, though.
He is?
Favorite Beatles song after Echo just said that.
I got that on the man song in my head.
Except for the Yesterday because it was just named. Oh, the Yellow Submarine is one too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one's not good.
We all live in a submarine.
Let me see.
Yellow submarine. The yellow submarine.
Let me pop up Spotify and put on Beatles. Let me see which.
The yellow submarine.
Shameful. I know. I'm going to be hated now on YouTube. What are your thoughts on Rohan Smith going to the Bears? I don't know.
Who?
Football question. I don't know either.
Okay. No. I didn't answer my Beatles song question.
We're waiting for you.
Okay. I would say Hey Jude. Or what is it? Something. Yeah, Something.
Something? That's the name
Something's
of it?
It's a beautiful song.
Oh, I don't know it.
That's a beautiful song. I like those two songs.
Oh, God. Jim M. All right, guys. Well, what I think I'm going to do, since we're just sitting here listening to each other breathe, is finish watching this attack, say goodnight to everybody. If any questions...
Wait, I got to do the swish. I started practicing it.
What did you do?
I think it goes like... It goes like...
Oh,
like
I know
this,
it.
right?
Yeah.
You go...
I can't do that.
Yeah?
I'm gonna try that. That could be our dance-off competition. You wanna try and practice that, and we can.
Yeah, I mean, I work in a school. My students do that all the time. They could totally teach me that.
I gotta figure it out. I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I got busted at work doing it. I'm sitting there like having my stand-up desk, and I'm sitting there trying to go really slow with a backpack kid, and I almost got it. It's not 100%. It's close.
We knew what you were doing at least, so
yes, exactly.
You were on the right track at least.
Yes. Oh, I think that I think if you saw my actual my curves underneath this costume, it would have been 100%.
Yes,
you're probably right. You can see the actual body movement.
Right, exactly.
All right, well, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. So what I'm going to do is hand the mic over to Clash Champs, Hster right now, to kind of just, I know, I saved you. You know what's coming to you next, Lady B. Just to say any last-minute things, any last-minute plugs that you want to say or thank yous that you want to give. This is your moment to do it. So.
Okay, awesome. A huge thank you to all my staff who works tirelessly, working with people who need help, and people who can't speak English well, and just working with everyone, being patient, and helping elevate Clash Champs and even other communities, and help partnering and bringing everybody together. Thank you very much for your tireless work, and that's all you, lady.
Shout out to the YouTube war going on this weekend. Ooh, I'm excited for that. That's going to be exciting. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. I'm not my normal perky, chipper.
Oh, I got
self.
I got one. And I would say Scott and Bash from the very beginning when Clash Champs came out. That they were two people that were a huge part of the community that helped bring Clash Champs where it's at from the very beginning. So thank you to both of you.
It's Cleric Dragoon and Clash Bashing. That's what he's talking about right there, if you didn't know, guys. So, cool. And for me, I want to thank all you guys for coming down to the channel. I want to remind you to go check out Lady B and Clash Champs. The Twitter handles are under their faces. The links are in the description. So if you're not checking them out, if you're interested in some different type of competitive Clash Champs might be for you. If you're not into the whole league thing, you don't have to be. You can just kind of do what you do and get those stats pulled over, which is kind of cool. I really like that it's a different take from all the league stuff that's going on. So nice little twist.
And I want to add a little last bit. And if you have any ideas with Clash Champs on how to improve it, I am all ears. It doesn't hurt my feelings if something's broken, or that you have something that I love constructive feedback. So if you see any ways we can improve, I'd love to hear it.
That's cool. That's good. It's good to know. And for me, that's been it. I appreciate you guys coming through. I appreciate the donations coming through. It's very generous of all you guys, and all you guys that just hung out in the stream were supportive. 21 weeks now we've been rolling. It's pretty awesome. So thank you guys. Thank you, Goon, for even though you're at work, you're still here in the stream, man, showing your support for your own little creation here. And thank you, Lady B, for coming in and stepping in and being Goon for the night. That was really cool.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Echo and Lady.
No problem. Thank you for coming down, man. I appreciate all you guys. And that's going to be it for the show today. I'll see all you guys back here again tomorrow, and we're going to have another not What's Clashing, Springtrap, sorry. See, the crossover there completely messed me up. But another one next week. It'll be episode 22. And I believe we got someone lined up already. We'll announce that midweek. I'll see you guys later. Take care and be good.
Later.
Bye.